All right, so here's a slide talking about the tools and trade. So during the late Zhou dynasty, China's population had expanded to about 50 million people. That is a huge amount of people. But you think about how long these rivers are and how much they need these rivers. Um, but they still had to have a lot of farmland because only 10% of the land was actually farmable. So they needed a lot of farmers in order to feed people, but then not everybody needed to farm, and so they could do other things. But 50 million people in ancient China, that is huge. That's an incredible amount of people. Now, one of the things the Chinese invented was the saddle and the stirrup. Now, the Europeans had horses, but it was the Chinese that invented the saddle and the stirrup that we have today. So I think that's a pretty interesting thing. So this is the last slide of the notes. So the last thing will be to write your summary, but I want you guys to wait on that. But think about and remember the mandate of heaven. It's going to be very helpful to go through and underline, highlight the information about the mandate of heaven, so you can remember how that changed the dynasty. Because instead of automatically ruling and staying as a ruler, the mandate of heaven, so the king is going to be chosen by God, and if there's any natural disasters or peasant uprisings or anything bad that happens, then that's blamed back on the king. And then if things aren't going right, then the king is going to get overthrown. And so now it's not guaranteed that a family is going to stay in power. So that's how it affects the dynasties.